Thank God. You're nobody on duty. Let me see. Oh shit. Well. It's still happening tonight, right? What's up?
Hey, how you doing, Court? You love it?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
subpoenaed
yeah.
or?
Yes, I am.
Oh my god, I'm helping with security.
Perfect. Thank you
There's
for
already
your
been
assistance.
a attempted kidnapping on the court steps, and we managed to foil that. So the
Attempted
defendant is
kidnapping.
already inside.
The fuck? Trying to
Yeah,
kidnap somebody
apparently
off the courthouse steps.
they're trying to take the other party in the court case.
The other party.
I think it's the defendant, Doug Laser.
Oh, they're trying to take him.
Yeah, trying to take him right off the
Well,
court steps, less than 30 minutes before the trial.
oh, perfect.
So you know it's already going to be saucy. You know, just stay on your guard.
Awesome. Well, I'm going inside. You know when
All
Mr.
right.
Jackson shows up. Should be
Well,
here.
that's true. I think actually he said he couldn't make it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
but he has his affidavit, so.
Oh, okay, okay, perfect.
Hey, it's Kelly.
Hey.
Hey, you ready to be searched before we let you inside?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a knife. I have a gun. I don't
Okay.
have a shotgun. I have handcuffs. I do have a taser.
All right, let's
Uh,
see. Let's take a look
oh
and
shit.
see if that's true or not. All right, you do have a gun, a taser, a flashlight, and not. Yep, you got
I'm
all those
actually gonna
things.
go load my
Got some
taser.
brass knuckles on it.
Oh shit, I do. God damn it. I'm gonna put this in here. Hey! I'm back. Yeah, those brass knuckles is evidence.
Okay. All right, so you
Okay,
put.
okay.
All right, so now that you got all those weapons on you, you're good to go on in.
Perfect.
Not you, ma'am. Though we gotta search you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I mean, you making my way in. You- Oh.
Jesus, sorry.
I'll forgive you.
To forgive her.
Hmm.
What happened?
Shitty one. Can I squeeze through? Squeezing through, squeezing. Oh, nope. Blockade.
Come all the way down. Come all the way down. Jelena. Yeah, there you go. You got just got. Yeah, there you go. Don't push us. Just tucking it in.
When is this case over? Or some guy shooting the door in the hospital when he got locked in a room so that he could get out. He placed a 911 call, or his friend did, and then 1 minute later started shooting to get out of the locked room after the 911. Am I in the way? Should I like move?
Scooch it.
Just go for it.
Jesus.
Just. Okay.
I'll just go wait outside. Like,
You got long feet. It's fine.
Just go for it.
everybody want to be in the front row. I'll just go sit in the back.
Witness.
Where are you?
Or in the back. Don't do that.
As good as I'm gonna be, honestly.
Just coming to watch the show.
Are we fighting over here? Do I have to separate y'all?
Maybe, I think so. I feel assaulted by these rangers.
Why is it all up to me? Oh, okay.
Being really close to this guy in the brown suit.
His best friend. Oh my goodness. Nice and toasty.
I'm gonna be professional. Take off my glasses. Oh, God. I believe in you, ma'am. Got this.
I can hear everybody's footsteps.
Oh, okay. Security. I guess with one of the security.
Okay, and we'll see it.
Hey, sassy boys. Your daughter's over here.
Okay. I get you.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sure.
Like a spark that starts a fire, turns.
That's a special kind of
guy.
I really gotta pee.
Yes.
Let's put that down.
Cake, I
And I would like some food.
say.
I'll go after this recording.
Yep. Oh, I already searched her. She's good.
Mm,
It was on the 19th.
exactly. Yeah, that kind of.
Yes, good to see you there, Buck.
I
Thanks for being here.
remember it as best as
Okay, okay, okay.
possible.
Was it Charlie?
Slighty,
So
slide.
long ago.
I think it was Charlie.
Hi,
My-
everyone.
But
Hey there, Queen T.
Hello.
Quinty,
hello. Hi.
come over here.
my favorite part
And the
Over
car
where?
next to
was
it.
like
There's not a lot of space over there.
he
I'm gonna
wanted
sit
to
back
use
here.
the vending machine, and when I pointed
I'll
out
sit behind.
all the other vending machines that were not in a little room, clearly in the lobby of the hospital, he was like, my vision was obscured by the
I can
door with
find
the
out what it was,
large
though.
glass window, because it was standing open. I couldn't see those vending machines through the large glass window. My vision was obscured.
Only
I just went straight to this
know
vending machine and got locked in.
Dave Brown. Devious Dave. Is Romeo 17 bald? I don't know.
I was like, sir.
That'd be Liam. No, 17's Liam, so he's got bright orange hair.
I didn't schedule the court hearing. Nor do I really care about the election, if I'm being honest. Well, here, I'm gonna go right quick to the hopefully I don't miss all right.
On session with the Honorable Magistrate
Yeah,
Anthony
Bob.
Coronado presiding.
Be seated. All right. Good evening. This court is now in session. I am Anthony Coronado, and I will be the magistrate presiding over this matter. Before we begin this evening, we will set some ground rules for my courtroom. All persons involved in this proceeding shall remain polite and courteous for the duration both amongst each other and with the members of this court, as well as the general public in attendance today. Members of the gallery are to keep noise to a minimum and are also expected to be courteous and respectful. There will be a zero-tolerance policy for anyone seen to be or perceived to be attempting to interfere with these proceedings or attempting to cause disruption. Anyone found to be in violation of the rules of my court will find themselves charged without trial for civil contempt of court and possibly even obstruction of justice. You will not be warned again. Now that we are clear on the ground rules, we may move forward with other matters. With me today is my bailiff, Rick Rawlin. They will be responsible for the security of this proceeding, and the police officers at the back of the court are also here for everyone's protection. Also, due to the shortness of available court security, at this point forward, no one will be allowed in the courtroom, and anyone that leaves the courtroom will not be allowed back in. This is for the safety of everyone in attendance tonight. Today, this court will be hearing the case of 2023 Criminal Matter 266, State of San Andreas versus Doug Laser. Defendant, please rise and state your name for the record, confirming that you are Doug Laser.
Well, I am Doug Laser. He is right.
All right, thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you.
Okay, State, will you please approach the podium and announce the charges against Mr. Laser?
Oh, sorry about that. Hold on.
Don't be nervous. Come
The
on,
podium.
Celeste.
This one right here.
Yeah, the microphone
Yeah,
is on the other side.
Sorry, I take big steps sometimes. Give me one second
no problem,
to look at
no
it.
problem.
What do you mean, look it up? You should know the charges, ma'am. Do you not know the charges?
Okay, so Mr. Laser's being charged with 1 count of possession of protected animal pelt/meat, a count of reckless endangerment, and 1 count of unlawful discharge of a firearm.
Okay. And you may be seated. Mr. Laser, please approach the
cannot
podium and confirm your
exist.
plea.
Oh, Your Honor, you know, I plead not guilty and everything.
All right, you may be seated.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Do you have an opening statement you'd like to make?
Yes.
All right. Approach and go ahead and make it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hopefully everyone can hear me.
You got this,
Your
ma'am.
Honor, distinguished colleagues and guests of this court, the prosecution stands firmly by the facts of this case. While the defense attempts to explain away Mr. Laser's actions, the law is clear. Discharging a firearm in a hospital is a serious criminal offense. The defense will claim that Mr. Laser was merely lost, searching for food, and got locked in the room with no way out. While this may be true, he accessed the restricted area of the hospital. Once he realized he was locked in, he fired his weapon. He had other choices than just firing his weapon. He could have called the police and waited for them to arrive. He cannot feign innocence or confusion. His choices were clear and deliberate. Further, his reason for being in the hospital searching for snacks strains credibility. Mr. Laser had no reason to be in that room. There were vending machines readily available near the public entrance. Mr. Laser's presence within the hospital staff break room was unnecessary. This cannot be chalked up to an innocent mistake. The defense will probably argue that cooperation with police shows remorse and good character, which is a common legal strategy. However, the prosecution can counter that. Just because someone cooperates after the fact does not absolve them of the crime. Character witnesses speak to the general personality and tendencies of the defendant, but the main issue is the specific actions and decisions of the defendant in this case at hand. A defendant's overall character is of limited relevance. While we understand human fallibility, the law does not allow discharged firearms in hospital, period. Leniencies here would set a dangerous precedent. Others could claim confusion and cooperation only after endangering patients and staff. The prosecution plans to present clear evidence of criminal wrongdoing. Circumstances do not absolve Mr. Laser's choice of to recklessly fire with his weapon.
Good opening.
We ask that you apply the law evenly and without exception in the interest of public safety. The only just verdict is guilty. Thank you.
All right, you may be seated. Defense, do you have an opening statement?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, I should do.
All right, you may approach.
Okay, then. Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen of the court, first and foremost, let me just give you a heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for gracing this courtroom. You know, you're all real patriots and you look all real sharp tonight. I'm real happy you're here. Well, so today, my friends, I'm going to get down to brass tacks right now. Certain events, as it were, as the prosecution described, those did transpire. It's true, but I stand before you, a paragon of innocence, being unjustly persecuted by laws that, you know, let's be honest, could use a little makeover, but that's for another time. What I plan to address today is Pillbox's little dance with negligence, which has led to the very predicament I found myself in. I'm a victim today, but you know who's next, ladies and gentlemen. I pray we never find out. Through the trial, I plan to illustrate how a simple mistake made by those who should know better let old Doug Laser find himself locked in a hospital break room when anxiety and panic, you know, my old constant companion, started setting in, with no choice left to defend myself with the only means at my disposal. I will also show that I did not act with negligence or, you know, blatant and reckless disregard for personal safety. Quite the contrary, as my argument today will show. In addition, I will show that I'm not guilty of unlawful discharge of a firearm, you know. By the time you leave today, it'll be clear that, you know, I defended my life. As my anxiety had me feeling that I was trapped in a confined space, I would never end, and I came to a tipping point. Sorry, get a little emotional. I had to act with whatever means I had available. ladies and gentlemen, my self-preservation, kicked in, and I just feared for my life. Finally, and in regard to my charge of possession of protected animal meat, I just want you to picture this. Yours truly, a responsible citizen, stumbles upon a bag of, unconventional street cuisine, as it were. Well, in my civic duty, I just attempt to dispose of it safely at pillboxes, biohazard bins. They're everywhere. Oh, but I was simply a victim of circumstance. I was trying to do right by the citizens of Los Santos. So, I guess in conclusion, I'm just here to assert that, justice isn't always black and white as it seems. It's true that the fine law enforcement officers, that's everyone here, they hate to do their jobs. But, ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time to do your job and differentiate between, the letter of the law and the gold darn spirit of the law. Do what's right. So I thank you for your time.
Oh my God.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, State, would you like to present your first piece of evidence or call your first witness?
Yes. Give me a second. I'm gonna stand up because I see better that way. All right. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm going to call my first witness, Detective Nicholas Jackson, to the stand, please.
All right, Detective Jackson, please approach and be sworn in.
Oh. Unavailable. I thought he did an affidavit.
Detective Jackson, are you in attendance at court today?
I was told he did an affidavit.
Detective Jackson.
Oh, God.
It looks like Detective Jackson is not in attendance today. Therefore, he will be found guilty of civil contempt of court and charged a fine of $5,000. State, would you like to call another witness or present a piece of evidence?
Yes. You know what? Since Detective Jackson is not here, I will present some of the evidence I was going to ask him about anyway.
All right.
Just give me a moment.
Sure.
Okay, so the first piece of evidence that I'd like to call would be State's Evidence A1.
Okay, the court recognizes State Evidence A1.
Okay, this is the original 911 shots fired. And then Exhibit A2 was the secondary call for shots fired from the hospital.
Okay.
22976, this number.
I'd also like to speak of Exhibit A3. That is a specific call from one of the patients speaking about the shots being heard and saying that it sounded like shotgun blasts going off.
Okay.
And then we have State's Exhibits B1 and B2. B1 shows bullet holes on the door of the break room where Mr. Laser was initially trapped. And B2 does show the bullet casings from the shots that were fired.
Okay.
And then we also have, and I know this is a lot, but I'm leading up to my next witness, so this makes it a little easier for me to do, which is why I'm stating so much of the evidence now. Then we have State's Exhibit C, which is a GSR test showing that Mr. Laser did indeed fire a weapon. And then that actually leads me to my second witness, which would be Senior Officer Kelly Price.
Okay. Some housekeeping to get out of the way. The state recognized, or excuse me, the court recognizes State Exhibit A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, and C. And you'd like to call Senior Officer Kelly Price. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Senior Officer Price, please approach and be sworn in.
Excuse me.
Okay, let's raise your left hand on both your hands. All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, she's been sworn in.
All right, Senior Officer Price, you may be seated. You may have to climb over the chair. It's a bit difficult.
Oh,
There
look at
we
that.
go.
Like a pro.
Excellent. State, your witness.
Oh, hello, Officer Price. How are you today?
Above average.
That's good to hear. Can you please, for the court, state your name, rank, and department?
Senior Officer Kelly Price, Los Santos Police Department.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So can you do me a favor and walk me through the events that happened once you arrived on scene?
When I arrived on scene, we have responded to reports of shots fired at the hospital. I entered through lower pillbox, kind of clearing it out there. Made my way to the second floor. It had been advised to me over the radio that some individuals had been made contact with. So I went up there.
Suspect and officers are going to be code for. It's going to be a homeowner.
We encountered two individuals, later identified as Mr. Tony Bernasconi and Mr. Doug Laser.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
What happened after that?
Apologies, I'm just turning on this radio.
You're good. You're good.
After that, Mr. Jackson was speaking with Mr. Laser and stated that he was going to detain him. Mr. Laser negated, saying that there wasn't any investigation that needed to happen. He basically stated that he had fired about 4 to 5 times and has done so because he ended up locked inside of that room. He stated that he was claustrophobic and mentioned something about being locked in a cupboard by his mother. They kind of stepped away for a little bit, and I was speaking with Mr. Bernasconi, who was telling me that he told Mr. Laser not to shoot in there, and he had been the one that placed the 911 call to the police. I did approach Mr. Laser. He was sitting down on the floor after a little bit. While we conducted our investigation, I Mirandized him on scene, as I do before I ask anybody any questions. When I asked him about it, he again expressed that the door had been open prior to him being locked inside of the room, and he went there into that room to purchase a soda, and then he became locked inside. He said he waited about 30 minutes before resorting to shooting his way out of that room. I had made note of the 911 call and then the subsequent shots fired, and noted that the shots were fired 1 minute after a 911 call had been placed in regards to Mr. Laser being locked inside of that room. Mr. Laser didn't really have a lot to say about that. He said it seemed like so much longer than a minute. Said he felt like he had been in there forever.
Okay. So as an officer, I assume you're well aware of the laws. Could you give us a brief explanation of what it means by reckless endangerment and what constitutes an unlawful discharge of a firearm?
Oh, can I look at the penal code, or you just want my personal understanding and experience?
No, you can look at the penal code. Yeah, I'm not an officer, so I feel like this would be better coming from someone who is.
Reckless endangerment is when a person shows indifference to human life, recklessly engages in conduct which creates a risk of serious physical injury to another person. gosh. Unlawful discharge would be discharging a firearm without a lawful reason.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know I put you on the spot with that one. So after speaking with him and after he gave you his explanation, what happened after that? What did what were your next steps?
After speaking with him,
Right.
I stepped aside with Mr. Jackson. He and Mr. Bernasconi had been separated during questioning. They were kind of standing over by the entrance to the hospital. We were by the staff room door. An individual, I couldn't tell you who exactly it was, came to examine the door to see if it could be repaired or to conduct repairs on the door to the staff room of the hospital.
Okay.
Then at some point, Mr. Jackson also documented and collected the casings and things from the scene.
Okay.
Mr. Laser was then taken over to Mission Road Police Department for processing.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I appreciate that. As of this moment, I don't really have any more questions for Officer Price.
All right, you may be seated. Defense, would you like to cross-examine Senior Officer Price?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may approach the podium and do so.
Okay. Well, how you doing there, officer?
Oh, still above average, sir.
Okay, well, it's good news. We'll try and keep you there. Yeah, well, I do have a question for you. A couple questions, if you don't mind answering. You were talking about, let's start, I guess, with the reckless endangerment. I noticed when you were reciting the penal code, perhaps it was, accidental omission, but you said, when a person with indifference to human life recklessly engages in conduct which creates a risk of serious physical injury to another person. Is that right?
I believe is extreme indifference to human life.
Well, that's right. That's kind of the point I was getting at. Would you say that someone in pillbox, when there's no one around, would you say that's extreme indifference to human life? Firing a weapon, trying to protect themselves? Does that qualify as extreme indifference, or
protect
that
yourself
less so?
from what? I mean, there's people all over. Bullets can travel through walls. There's patient rooms not far from there. There's oxygen lines, oxygen tanks, all sorts of things inside of a hospital. There's a reason why it is a more serious charge, increased times and fines for crimes committed at the hospital.
Okay, or do you find, bullets tend to typically, protrude through doors and go through walls and, those sort of things? Is it a typical occurrence, bullets coming through a door, then hitting a bunch of other things? Or is it typically confined to just, where they're shooting?
I believe a bullet, yes, would go through a door.
Okay. Thank you. And I did want to ask, you're talking about discharging a firearm without a lawful reason. Is there ever a reason, officer, where one would fire off a weapon in a situation where maybe outside of your typical hunting kind of situation?
Yes, when their life is in danger versus something that they needed to shoot in self-defense.
Okay, so in self-defense, you would say that's an okay time in order to fire, your firearm and whatnot.
Yes, you can use your weapon in self-defense.
Okay, thank you, officer. I do have one other question for you. When you and Officer Jackson were on scene, did you talk to the doctor who let me out of the room, that break room or whatever it was? Did you interview him?
I did not personally interview any doctors, no.
Are you aware if Officer Jackson interviewed a doctor who let me out?
I could not tell you what Mr. Jackson did.
Okay, is it in the reports or is that something you just not privy to?
I haven't really looked at the report.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, if you don't mind, I do have one other question. Hopefully, you can answer for me. When you approached me, I was I think I was on the floor. I was shortly after you and I started speaking. Did you see any sign above the door that in that room that I was in that said staff only or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions. That's all, Your Honor.
All right, you may return to your seat.
All right.
Defend yourself against a room.
State, would you like to redirect Officer Price?
Honestly, no. I'm good.
Okay, Officer Price, you may be seated. Remember, you're still under oath and under subpoena, so. State, do you have another witness or piece of evidence you would like to call
Defend
or
yourself
present?
against a fucking room.
Yes, I do have another witness. Hopefully, they are here. I would like to call Dr. Drake Paxton.
Can't believe
if
he
is
asked
around.
if bullets go through doors.
Dr. Paxton.
How do you defend yourself
please
against a
approach and
room?
be sworn in.
I needed to shoot in self-defense of this room. What? The hell is that?
Bullets usually go through walls, or where you're shooting at. Yes, they go
Raise
through.
your left hand or both your hands. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I don't hear you say anything.
Amazing amount of question,
You
by
have
the way,
to
from
be as loud as you can, Doctor.
I swear.
All right, he's been sworn in.
So what?
All right, Dr. Paxton.
said he had an
you may be seated.
amazing line of questioning about bullets going through walls.
Yeah.
Your witness, State.
Thank you. How are you today, sir?
Can't believe Jackson isn't here.
Can you go ahead and state your full name?
Or at least I can't believe his
rank
affidavit
and,
isn't here, I should say.
Where you work?
Yeah,
Drake
that's
Paxton.
weird.
I'm a psychiatrist
I
and a
thought that was
supervisor
submitted.
at San Andreas
I
Medical
have no idea. I don't
Services,
know anything about it.
psychology.
I thought
Okay,
it was on the
perfect.
document and everything,
Can
but
you
apparently not.
please take me through what happened that day from your perspective, please?
Sure, pretty simple. I pulled up real quick on second floor pillbox to clock in, as we had like a photo event that we were doing in the hospital a few blocks away. And as I ran up to the clock-in machine, there was someone approached me and said somebody was something to the effect of somebody was locked in the break room. So I went over there, let him out, and locked it back after he left, and then I had to leave to go back to the event.
Okay. Let me see. Sorry. Give me a moment. I'm trying to think through my notes. Give me a second.
I'm going to step away for a moment.
Hmm?
Just stepping away for a moment. Gotta use the loo.
Oh. Over there.
Okay. Could you describe to me kind of the entrance of the upper pillbox area near where the break room is located?
Absolutely. So there's an emergency lane, and there's double doors that open up. And as you enter, it's a fairly large lobby with lots of areas for seating to the left, some vending machines to the right. As you go forward, there's the pharmacy desk to the left, and then the break room to the right.
Okay, perfect. And are there any signs on the break room that would indicate it were a break room?
No.
On the door or the wall nearby, I don't think so.
Okay. And is there anywhere else in the hospital that it might state, such as director or anything like that?
Not to my knowledge. The only thing that would indicate it's a break room is the fact that there's like a table and a refrigerator and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Um, honestly, that's kind of all I have at the moment. I appreciate you answering my questions.
Exactly.
All right,
It
state.
was
please be
in a
seated.
big ass room.
Defense, would you like to cross-examine Dr. Paxton?
Yes, Your Honor, that'd be great.
All right, you may approach and do so.
How you doing, Dr. Paxton? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Doing great.
Yeah, that's a nice old jacket you got there, too. Better be
Thank
quick.
you. Yours is great too.
Okay, well, I did have, just a couple questions for you. I know our meeting was not under great circumstances, and it was brief. However, was hoping to ask you, when you did let me out of that break room, as it were there quite a few people in is it upper pillbox or lower? I get that so confused.
It's upper pillbox.
Upper pillbox. Thank you, sir. Were there a lot of people up on upper pillbox when you let me out?
As far as I was aware, it was just you and the other individual.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, just two people. All right. Well, yeah, I did want to ask you.
You have no way of knowing.
Please understand, I'm not trying to point fingers or nothing, but in general, are rooms that, as citizens are not to be in, should they be locked in the hospital?
Typically, yeah.
Typically. Are there times where they're just left open for, general public to walk in? Rooms that, general public should not be in is what I should clarify.
Are you speaking of the break room specifically?
Sure, yeah.
It should be locked all the time.
It should be locked. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you typically have a sign that says, staff only, or break room, or something like that?
Not since I've been here, no.
Okay. I appreciate that, too. If you can allow me just one moment here, I just want to peruse my notes here. And sorry, one last question. Shortly after you left me out of that, let me out of the room, did you have any officers, approach you and ask for what happened, details and whatnot?
No, I've not been contacted about this incident except by you.
Okay, so not even after, incident, no one's contacted you asking for details and whatnot?
No.
It wasn't necessary.
Okay, I appreciate that. And, I'm sorry, I have one last question. I was wondering, I don't mean to be silly. I know, ladies and gentlemen, this probably sounds silly, but if a door is open, in which it was in this case, your staff room, is it, it's going to sound silly, but can you see through doors in order to see vending machines and whatnot?
The break room door has a big window, yeah.
It has a big window, okay. And so if, in your opinion, can you see vending machines or, the ones that you described there all the way at the end at the entrance?
Yes, you can see the vending machines through the big ass glass window.
Can you see the vending machines from within the break
Yeah,
room?
well,
Is that
so
what you're
if
saying?
I'm walking, if I'm walking down the hallways and I'm heading towards the exit and there's a big door open, you reckon I can see through that door to see the vending machines, or will I just see the vending machines there in that room?
I don't think I can properly answer that. I don't know for certain.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Well, that's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Hey,
Lizzie.
can you
may be
not
seated.
see?
Thank you.
State, would you
what?
like to redirect Dr. Paxton?
No, I would not. I'm good. Thank you.
All right,
How the hell
Dr.
do you
Paxton, you
not
may be
see
seated. Please
through a
remember you're
big-ass
still
glass
under
window on
oath and under subpoena.
Right?
Okay. Is there any chance
How
of
is
the
this a-
subpoena being
Yeah.
removed or no?
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
State defense. Do
I
either
was just
of
about
you
to ask,
object
does any
to
of this
Dr. Paxton
actually
being released from subpoena?
Matter? It
No.
sounds like it.
No,
Sounds like
sir.
the question is:
No,
Is
I
it
do not.
lawful to shoot your
All
arm,
right, well then, Dr.
your
Paxton,
firearm
you're
in
released
a
from subpoena. You may go.
locked
Remember,
hospital
the courtroom
room?
is locked for the remainder of the
And
session. You may
I
not
imagine the answer to that is unequivocally
Thank
no.
you so much.
No, it's
So-
not.
so
Defending yourself against.
Yeah, I just don't. This seems
State,
pretty
would you
cut
have
and dry.
either,
One of you mind letting me out of
witness
here?
to call or piece of evidence to present?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can let you
yeah.
out.
Yes, I do. Give me one moment.
So dumb.
A lot of, in your In your opinion, questions being asked too. In your opinion.
In your opinion, can you look through a glass pane?
Okay,
Yeah.
I would like to.
In your opinion, can you defend yourself against a nice, cozy break room with a fridge and a table?
Give state's evidence.
But was there a sign?
No.
D1
I'm there.
and D2, please.
Locked in a room, then just be patient.
But Kelly, there was no sign that said I couldn't fire my gun here.
Court recognizes
shit,
State's Exhibit
There is
D1
on
and
the door,
D2.
on the outside of pillbox. No firearms.
But not in that room.
Any other
Perfect.
evidence or witness?
Sorry, no. I was when I was looking at it, it wasn't the right thing. Hold on. Yeah. So D1, this is what was found on his person. It's cougar meat. And then there, D2 is the necropsy done on the meat. And this is leading up to my next witness, which is an expert witness, Ranger Charlie J. Morgan.
All right, Head Ranger Morgan, please approach and be sworn in.
Damn. I'm not doing a lap dance. I'm not doing that in court.
Wrong. Morgan is not bald.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Oh, yeah, it was
All right,
David
swear.
Brown.
All right, he's been sworn in.
All right, Mr. Morgan, you may be seated. You may have to climb over the chair. It's a bit of a difficult chair.
There we go. Perfect.
Perfect. State your witness.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you. For the record, could you state your name, rank, and department, please?
I am Charlie J. Morgan. I am the head ranger of the San Andreas Parks Department.
Damn.
Perfect. Okay. And as our expert witness, we've called you here regarding the meat that was found on Mr. Laser. Can you please explain to me what meats or pelts are considered illegal?
Protected animals would be considered mountain lions, orcas, sharks, whales, dolphins, or domestic animals and pets.
Okay, and
So,
under
here's a
which law
question.
or ordinance are these listed
Why
as
do they
illegal?
need a ranger
These
to
are
explain
in the
something
Wildlife
that's very
and
clearly
Environmental
enumerated
Code.
in the
I
penal
believe it's
code?
Section 3.
I don't know.
felonies.
Expert testimony.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
perfect. And
Alright.
to your knowledge, are these laws displayed to the public?
Didn't know
They
they
are
needed
public
expert
knowledge,
testimony for something that's just enumerated right there in plain, plain language.
Perfect. And when someone goes to get a hunting license, what is the procedure for them to get that? What is explained to them, that sort of thing?
We go through many different protocols and rules and regulations with them. We also explain
it's just
that
17
they
witnesses.
are not allowed
God,
to
it's a lot of witnesses.
mountain lions, cougars. We explain that
Most
you
of his
can shoot them in
witnesses are
self-defense,
character
but
witnesses.
only if the animal is actively
Yeah, that's some pretty interesting characters
aggressive
coming through those
and
doors
on
when we're
its way to
searching
attack
everybody.
you. If a cougar is
I look forward
in a
to this.
vicinity that you would like to go to, but is docile at the time, you cannot shoot it as a
I didn't even
preemptive
say it in
method
his
of
opening
self-defense.
statement. Yeah, I
And
shot
if
in
they
there
do end
because
up
I
shooting
was
it, just
locked in the
either
room.
call the
Yeah.
rangers or leave the animal
I did
to
it.
go back to
I
nature.
did the
It
thing
gets
I'm
cleaned
accused
up
of.
by
That was
I
me.
just don't think that it was negligent
Okay,
or
and if
reckless.
someone does find animal meat,
I should be
even if
allowed
they
to
are not
shoot
the
my gun
one
in the
that
hospital.
skinned or pelted the animal, what is the procedure for that?
Just leave it alone. Otherwise, you may be charged with possession of protected animal meats and pelts.
Okay. And how are rangers trained to identify the meat?
Typically, we deal with these calls regularly. Deer meat is very different consistency from cougar meat. It's very dark meat. Cougar meat, mountain lion meat is.
Oh
is
no,
considered,
Tavlar.
white meat, effectively. It's got
Okay.
a light meat, and obviously rabbit meat is small.
Okay, perfect. And the clinic that was used to do the necropsy, are they a clinic that y'all have used in the past? And if so, are they vetted by the state to handle this type of evidence?
We send all our evidence out of state, and yes, they are approved.
Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate you
What's
answering.
up,
my questions. That is
D?
all
Thank
for
you,
now.
Blue Jaded. My heart is happy.
Defense, would you like to cross-examine Head Ranger Morgan?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may approach and do so.
Okay, thank you. How you doing, Ranger?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Well, first of all, you have quite a lovely voice. I hope that's okay to say.
It's absolutely fine.
Well, I'll make this brief.
I'm saying the
When
same
you're
thing.
encountering, meat and whatnot, is there any kind of difference, or can you differentiate meat that's if it's in a rotting state, so to speak? Imagine if you have a deer meat that's rotted, trichinosis and whatnot. Would you say that, or can you tell a difference, perhaps I should say, between that and cougar meat within the same condition?
Usually the cuts are different. Obviously, if you have deer meat, the cuts are larger because there's more meat. Cougar meat tends to be of a different consistency. It's a little bit less. It's less dark than venison, and so yeah, by cuts and by meat, you would be able to tell the difference.
Okay, and would you, expect sort of a layman in who perhaps is not an expert hunter to be able to tell the difference, or of course, assuming that it's both in a rotten condition, that kind of thing.
I can't speak for anybody else. I don't know anybody's experiences with that.
Okay, I suppose what I'm getting is, it does require, an expert eye in order to be able to differentiate, or, if you have someone who's hunting for maybe a week or someone who's been hunting for, several years.
How about if you don't know what it is, don't fucking pick it up?
That would depend entirely on experience.
Sure.
There's been research.
Also, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Okay.
Matter.
Well, appreciate your time, Ranger. That's all, Your Honor.
All right, you may be seated. State, would you like to redirect Head Ranger Morgan?
No, not at this time.
All right. Head Ranger Morgan,
I picked up heroin. I didn't
you
know
may
it
be
was
seated.
heroin.
You are still under
It was just a
subpoena
needle, and I
under
wanted it.
oath.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I picked up some raw meat on the ground.
I just put it in my pocket.
All right, State. Do you have
How about
any
you just
other
put meat
evidence
you
or
found on the ground and
witnesses?
I do have just a couple more
Free
items
meat.
of evidence. I have
In this
state's
economy, I
evidence.
don't blame him.
Exhibit E, which is the revolver MK2 that was confiscated from Mr. Laser.
Okay.
I have State's Exhibit F, also evidence that was collected at the scene. And then, of course, I have Exhibits G1 and G2, which were the forensic results from the casings and the controlled firing that they did on said revolver. Sorry.
Okay. The state recognizes, excuse me, the court recognizes State Exhibit D1, D2, E, F, G1, and G2. Do you have any witnesses or additional evidence?
I do not.
All right. In that case, defense, do you have a witness or piece of evidence that you would like to call or present to the court?
Got a fridge, got a microwave.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I was hoping, to call
But no
Tony
sign?
Bernasconi as a witness, please.
All right,
Kelly,
Mr.
no sign?
Bernasconi, please approach
Well, I don't care
and be sworn
if
in.
you in there or not. You're not getting charged with trespassing.
Let me squeeze by you guys real quick. Thank you. Whoop. Yeah,
That's a lot of hair.
thank you.
Oh, over here.
Oh, sorry.
Can you raise your left hand or both your hands?
One hand.
So is
Alright,
Jackson
do you
gonna
swear to
get
tell the
fired
truth,
for
the
getting
whole
held
truth,
in
and nothing but
contempt?
the truth?
I
don't
do.
know.
All right, I'm sworn in. You have a seat over here.
All right, Mr. Bernasconi, you may be seated.
It said civil contempt, so it's not.
Defense, your witness.
Hey, how
I
you
have
doing
no
there,
idea.
Mr. Bernasconi?
I'm good. How are
I
you?
mean, it was civil, so I don't.
Yeah, I'm doing
I doubt
okay.
it.
Considering everything. I just had a few questions for you. Seeing that you were, present for the whole ordeal that I was stuck in, can you tell me, perhaps, what I was doing in that room? Do you recall?
You want the full story, like why we went there or why I was there?
Well, maybe perhaps just the reason why I entered what apparently is the break room, which and just finding out.
Hungry. You were hungry. You said you were thirsty.
Okay, and do you recall what I said or why I entered that room other
cares
than
why he
just
was
being
in
hungry
there?
and thirsty?
I cannot recall. I've had a
Okay.
very traumatizing day.
But Kelly, what if the room was flooding
I
with
hear
water?
that, brother. Let me ask you this: when I was in that room
wasn't.
locked, can you describe for the,
just don't
court
know.
here, ladies and gentlemen, the condition of my mind, or my behavior and whatnot?
I would object.
When the door locked behind you, you
That's
you were
speculation.
calm at first, right? And then you realized that you were locked in, and you started rubbing around like a
Why
lunatic.
isn't he
You were
objecting?
you thought you were gonna die. You said you couldn't breathe. You were rubbing
Objection,
your face on the glass
speculation.
and licking it. And
How can he
you
justify
kept
for
headbutting it,
how
and I
he was
told you to
feeling?
stop. Remember, you were headbutting it.
Yeah, I
You
don't
were not
remember.
having a good time. You thought you were gonna die. I thought you were gonna
Oh
die.
my
I didn't know if that room was, had whatever. And yeah, you were
So is
not
Doug
you were not in a good
self-representing?
place. You were manic. Anybody would be trapped in a death room.
I don't know what he is.
Okay. Let me ask you, when I was freaking out, do you remember what you went and did after, if you recall, I was kicking the door, trying to, try everything to get out of there. Do you recall what you did?
Yeah, you were trapped in there for a little bit, and then I started running around. I said, "Well, let me get help," and I went all over the place, screaming, "Help! Help!" Just
Screaming.
like that, "Help!" And no one was there. Nobody came. And then I did it a couple more times.
Screaming.
You saw me run by a couple times because your face was smushed against the glass. I remember seeing your giant eyeballs.
That
And then
was
I went down.
smooshed.
I took the elevator down.
Did you do the
Again,
to the grocery store?
nobody, absolutely nobody. I was screaming, "Help!
You
help!"
cannot defend
Nobody.
yourself
When I
against that
came
fucking
upstairs-
door. What the hell?
It was self-defense.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, do you recall, where you were
I
when you
shot this
called
door in
911?
self-defense.
Upstairs, outside the door, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And do you recall when you informed me that you
if the
called
building was
911?
on
Was did you call 911 and several minutes later come and tell me, or was it right away?
Yeah, I told you.
Medical
Hey,
would
I
have
called
burned
them
down.
already.
I'm scared of hospitals.
Okay.
I didn't tell you immediately. I didn't want to concern you.
Okay. And so, could you describe
I
for the
didn't
court,
wanna
to
concern
the
him
best
with
of your
the call to
recollection, if you can
911.
recall, how many minutes it, I guess have gone by between when you called 911 and when I, reach a tipping point and, shout at the door?
A minute. It was a
I mean, you
fucking
were in there
minute.
for a little bit before I called 911, to be honest. But you said
Well, that's his own
after I
dumb
called
fault.
911 and you shot.
Yeah, that's right.
It felt like an eternity, but I mean, practically, a couple minutes at least. And I didn't get any reply or anything. I didn't
Not
know.
true. It was.
And
the-
it's
it
very
was a fucking
common
minute.
in this city, and I love the
Judge,
officers
it's
of the
all
city.
lies.
Bernsey, talking to you, but it's sometimes they don't reply to things. I've sat at lots of places for upwards of 30 minutes and not gotten anything back. So it's not uncommon to not be able to rely on them in non-emergency situations. And I even said, I think you'll die. I think you can't breathe. And they
Why
still
would
didn't
he say that?
prioritize it or respond or say, hey, I was
Probably
very
'cause
upset.
nobody's gonna die of suffocation in a fucking
Okay,
big ass room.
yeah, I remember it. It's like
Someone should ask him if
older
there's air
nightmare.
conditioning.
Can I ask you, when I guess it was an upper pillbox where where I was locked in, I suppose, were there lots of people around? When I was freaking out and when I decided to shoot the door and whatnot?
Not a single soul.
It doesn't matter.
Literally, like I looked in all the doors that weren't locked. Like I ran all over the place. Not a single person was there. And then the first person I found was after you had shot, and it was I forgot his name, a gentleman for Public Works.
Well, Mr. Was he Mr. Arthur Sims? Is that
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah. And he has one arm. I remember that. And I had asked him if he could open the door because I said my friend's dying. He's trying to shoot the door. I think he's dying in there.
His friend
And he
is
said he
dying
couldn't.
in a
And
nice, comfy
shortly after that,
bathroom.
the doctor
Yeah,
arrived.
in the hospital break room.
And shortly after
That's
that,
probably the nicest room in the whole building.
And I even had time to go downstairs and get the local doctor to help me out. I forgot his name.
He was starving.
And then
Well,
go back
Dr.
upstairs.
Paxton.
Yes,
Starving
that's how
next
long
to
it
the
took the
big
police
ass
to get
fridge
there.
and vending
I had time to
machine.
go. No, not
The
Dr.
already
Paxton, local
testified was
doctor.
there.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Well,
I had
yeah,
time to go down. I had time to go downstairs. Dr. Local Paxton disappeared as far as I didn't find him, and local doctor helped me. Then we had time to go back upstairs and then leave.
Okay, well, and after I was freed by Dr. Paxton and we were leaving, we headed out to my car. We had parked over outside a upper pillbox. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And as we were entering the car, do you recall who pulled up in a police vehicle?
Our good friend Detective Jackson, D11.
That's right. You go solid officer, real
Great
patriot.
guy. Great guy.
Well, do you recall what he had asked you and I as we were in the car?
I believe he had asked if we had heard any gunshots or if we had been doing any shooting.
That's right. And do you recall what old Doug Laser had said to Officer Paxton, Detective Paxton? Or sorry,
Why are there no
Jackson. Sorry
objections?
about that.
You told him
Think
that you
I-
had shot.
Hey, the prosecutor's
you
asleep
were
at the wheel.
Afraid of your life. You said you had shot the gun because you were
I'm
locked
wrong.
inside.
There not be objections.
Okay,
here.
and did I try and be evasive and leave the premises, or did I?
Think maybe they
take a
know they
different
got it
approach?
locked in the bag.
No, not
and
at
just
all.
letting it
Detective
ride.
Jackson said, "Well, we got calls that a shotgun was fired," and you said, "Well, I don't have a shotgun. I had a pistol," and he goes, "Well, that could be it." And then he asked us to get out, and you were cooperative, and we walked inside.
Okay, well, that's the only questions that I have for you, Mr. Bernasconi. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Well, that's
Somebody
all,
said
Your
they
Honor.
weren't cooperative.
All right. State, would you like to cross-examine Mr. Bernasconi?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. How are you today,
Good.
sir?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm actually pretty good, sir. So I'm curious about something. Since you were with him at the time of this incident, why didn't you head to the vending machines that were near the entrance instead of the one that was in that staff break room?
We approached because we went. We walked down a little bit the hallway, and so when we actually came in, we were actually walking towards the entrance of the pillbox. If you know what it is, where the break room is on the left.
Thank you.
And
I know. I've been there.
yeah. So we were
Coleman,
walking that
come
way.
here and help me.
Like we're honestly a little new to the city, and didn't know where to go. So we walked up and down the hallways looking for people.
Here, you want me to
And,
carry you?
We were walking
You
towards
just grab
the
my arm
entrance.
and help me
Okay, I
down
got
and
you.
just
I
push
got
my,
you.
And he was
push my
kind of
chair.
hugging the left wall. Doug likes to do this
Alright, got
thing
you.
where when he walks along flat surfaces, he like runs his fingers along it to feel the texture. It's a thing. Don't ask. But he was running, dragging his fingers along it. And the door was open outwards towards us. So if you when you walk in there, because I remember seeing it too. The door actually from I was right behind him. Blocks the view of the vending machines up in the front, but you
really
could see the
handy
bright
to
red
have
vending
accessible.
machine right there in the
Yeah,
I guess the
strange
break
that
room
It's not.
because the door was wide open.
I think
Sure,
it
yeah,
would
just
be.
get a
And
running, get a rolling
earlier
start.
you stated that you had not seen anybody in there when he asked you about that. Could you 100% guarantee that there were no people in that ICU, which is locked, and other areas that you could not get into? Can you tell me with 100% accuracy that you know for sure there was no one in those rooms?
Well, the ICU
Oh,
I
you know,
can
I got
confirm
something for
because
you,
it
Kelly.
was not
Pat gave
locked.
this to
Somebody
me,
was
but
not
I
doing
think
the
this
job. I went in
better
there.
with you.
There was a lot
Put
of
it back.
unlocked doors. I'm not sure what was up, but not with 100% certainty on the locked doors. No, but
Oh,
I
thank
did
you.
scream myself hoarse, and I didn't hear a single peep. But yeah, not 100%. You're right.
Okay.
Ooh, I like it.
Because there are other areas that
Yeah.
you cannot access, such as
I'm
the roof
keeping
and
it.
other places like that. And
Figured you
prior,
would.
with the testimony that we heard earlier,
Where'd you get
bullets
that?
do fly. So
Pat didn't to be
is
before this
it
work started.
possible then
Just
Blue
get-
hair gave it to me.
that your assessment could be incorrect about there not being somebody in that hospital?
There is a chance. The possibility exists. Yes.
Okay. And I just have to know when he got locked in that room, and I know you said you were searching for people. You said that you initially were the one that stated that he would be running out of the air. Is that correct?
No, he said I think I'm running out of air. I can't believe Tony. he said it was kind of hard to hear because it sounds like it's a bulletproof door, to be honest. He pushed his face up into the crack between the door frame and the door and smushed his lips up against it. It was like, I can't breathe, Tony.
Well, probably
And I
because his
was like-
face is fucking
I was like,
pressed
oh
up
shit, I
against the
can't
glass
breathe.
window.
And I ran around a whole bunch more, and then I
You
ended
tried
up calling the
removing your
cops.
face
And I
from
think
the wall.
when I called them, I said, my friend is trapped inside of a room in the hospital, can't breathe.
I have no word.
Okay. And you said that after that, it did feel like it had been a while between the time when you called them and when they arrived. Do you know the exact amount of minutes?
Between my phone call and their arrival, oh man. I mean, to give an exact amount of minutes, no, I don't keep track like that. But like I said, I did have time to go get tweeted. I got bonitis, so I got bad bones. And that usually takes
That's not a real
maybe 2 or
disease.
3 minutes. And then I came back
Always heard that called
upstairs.
McGee.
We had a brief conversation
I see what you
with
did there.
the public works gentleman. And then I think maybe anyway, and then we started to leave, and then we hung out in the car for a little bit, talking about the situation because he was scared, and I was trying to calm him down. We like to do
Okay.
breathing exercises.
Because he didn't
Okay.
drive away
Well,
and get away means he's
it
not
is
guilty.
in the evidence that I did state earlier that it was a matter of a minute between. I'm sorry. It was a matter of about 2 or so minutes before the officers arrived
Evidence
after your call.
Clearly shows the call and then shots fired 1 minute later.
With all due respect, it seems it was. I think it was a little longer than that. I'm not trying to be combative, but it definitely felt longer than 2 minutes.
Well, I understand that, sir, but unfortunately, you know, you stated yourself you cannot be too sure unless are you remembering something
It's on
different
the
that
docket,
you
right?
haven't stated?
I'm looking at it right now.
Sorry, one more time.
See.
I
said you stated you weren't sure the exact amount of time. Are you remembering something that you hadn't stated previously?
No, I mean it's hard for me to gauge the exact amount of time that passed because I was freaking out. I was running down the hallways, like I honestly can't remember, but I definitely had time to travel downstairs, come back up, get in the car, do breathing exercises with Doug, and then Detective
Literally
Jackson
the
showed up.
first piece of
So
evidence.
I mean, maybe not. Definitely not like 10 minutes. And definitely not. Maybe
Why did he
I don't-
not just
I
call
honestly-
911 immediately?
I can't give you an exact time. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? Why wait that long?
Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I'm more questioning.
Did he ever explain how he got in there
time
in the first place?
between, not even
Years.
just
The
when they
door
got
was
there, but
apparently
between the time
open,
you
and then he
called the police
closed
and when
behind
he
him.
shot.
He was locked in
That
that
was a
nice
matter
ass
of
break
minutes.
room,
Were you
panicking. He was gonna run out of air. He was he had to
stating
defend
that
himself
that
against the
is
fucking
one that took the
hospital
longest,
break room.
or,
I
Sorry,
don't understand the question. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, because initially you had said.
Oh
that
my
the
god,
time
someone should
between when
write that
he
down and sell a
called
script to a
and
movie
he
studio.
shot his first shot seemed like a matter of multiple minutes. Is that
Doug
right?
Laser versus the break room.
It felt like a little bit, yeah.
Attack
because
of
it
the
was-
Killer Break Room.
I said I did
just
my
noticed
one
I got a
round
phone
one
off
hospital
of
room.
because I always
I
try to
guess.
take the best option.
No vending machine.
And then I came up there and I said, and I don't think I told him I called the cops immediately. I maybe told him afterwards. And then he
Will he
and then
escape?
he was like,
before it
I
runs
think
out
I
of
think I have to
oxygen?
shoot my way out or something
And
like
then just
that.
pan to a
And
picture
earlier,
of the
I
AC
don't know if I
going.
could say this, but I don't think I ever said I told him not to. I think I said I was just kind of indifferent to it.
No,
I would
he
always
definitely
support Doug
told
trying to
me.
save his own life, to be
Wait,
honest.
Save
But
your life against
you
a
know, it was
fucking break room.
I don't know, maybe give and take a couple minutes. Like I said, the police have proven to me on some occasions that sometimes they are very busy and don't have time for the regular law-abiding citizens we are.
I'm supposed to just
Sometimes they were
drop
dealing with
everything.
important
You know what?
stuff. Bank robberies,
Fuck
probably.
these hostages. I'm gonna go
Okay.
answer
Well,
Mr.
was that something
Berlusconi's
that was stated to you when
911
the
call.
cops arrived? That they did not. Take
That's
the
how it was
time
trapped
once
in the
calls
hospital
were
room.
made?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I
In a
appreciate your
safe
time,
place.
sir. That's all I have for you.
All right.
Literally one of the most safe
hostages.
places
All right, state
you
and
could
be
be.
Surrounded by people with
defense, would you
crowbars.
like to redirect Mr. Brisconi?
Yeah, no, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brisconi, you may be seated. Remember that you are still under oath and under subpoena.
That would be my closing statement. Locked in a room
Defense,
shouldn't
do
have
you
been in the
have
first
another
place.
witness or piece of
Supposed to
evidence
shoot his way
to
out
call
in
or present?
self-defense.
Yes, I
Self-defense
do.
against a
Yeah,
fucking nice
if I
ass
may, I
break. Look
would
at the
like to
evidence
call
photo.
Mr. Arthur
nice as
Sims,
hell.
you know, to
Another
yes,
door
to
in
this
there. How come
question.
he didn't try that one?
I'm sorry, what was the name?
I
There's
believe
another
it's
door.
Arthur.
Yeah, it's in the picture.
Pardon me, Arthur Sims.
All right, Mr. Sims, you may approach and
God, I wish.
be sworn in. And there's
cares
also
why he was in
smoking
the
in my
room?
courtum, so
Not
please
being charged with
extinguish your
trespassing.
cigar.
I wish all these
It's
pictures
not a
were
cigar, Your
hyperlinked.
Honor.
Left.
I think he said lose it.
All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
All right, he's been sworn in.
You may be seated, Mr. Sims.
Damn, Mr. Sims didn't
Oh,
see
cheers are
nothing.
tricky. Don't get me started.
Yeah, this, I don't.
If you'll,
You can stand, or you can try climbing over the back of it.
yeah, I'll be quick. If you want to stay in this, no problem.
Whoa. Yeah, I'll just stand. It's all right.
Okay, I'll keep this short and sweet. Mr. Sims, I appreciate you being here. I just wanted to ask you if you don't mind, if you could describe, you know, the scene that you saw when you had arrived to our pillbacks, where you know old Doug Laser was stuck.
Of course. Well, I was just arriving at the hospital there. I was just looking for a doctor. Unfortunately, I didn't find one there. And then I don't remember his Tony.
Sorry,
I
buggy
don't remember
guys.
his-
Anybody got
I
any
don't want to
food?
butcher his last name.
Yeah.
He
Well,
came up
You
to me
might
saying
have to
that-
shoot your way out of this
Bernstein, yes.
courtroom. You might die of
He
starvation.
came up
You
to
have to
me
defend
while I was,
yourself against
down
the
in
door.
lower pillbox
Defend
door.
yourself.
Oh my
there, saying that his buddy, Mr. Doug Laser, was stuck in a room
my way
up in upper pillbox. So I
Good
went
way to get
with
fired.
him there as a
Start shooting in the
employee of public
courthouse.
works, seeing what
Sorry,
I
Your
can do,
Honor.
God
maybe
bless you,
I had to
sir.
defend
kick
myself.
up the door
You
or
are
something.
saint.
I'm able
But,
to use the
yeah, he was,
bathroom.
when I got up there, he was stuck in there. He was he looked like he was panicking a bit.
Oh,
You know,
we should have.
unfortunately, I wasn't able to open the door. But not long after, Dr. Paxton there clocked in, and we asked him to open the door. Shortly after, I went back on patrol with my tow truck.
Okay, and you know, just to reiterate, you know, there weren't too many people around in the pillbox, as far as you know, as best your recollection.
That's correct. Yeah, when I got there, like I mentioned, I myself was looking for a doctor, and I didn't find it at the time until Dr. Paxton showed up.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Is your witness state?
I mean,
Honestly, I have
That's
no
my
questions.
job, Mr.
Well,
Laser.
apologies. You know, I've been watching too much Matlock, I guess.
All right, State. Would you like
it's
to
presumed that
cross-examine
the
Mr.
hospital
Sims?
is
No, Your
full
Honor, I would
of
not.
people.
Okay, Mr. Sims, remember you're under oath and under subpoena. You may be seated. All right, defense, do you have another witness to call or a piece of evidence to present?
Well, I do, Your Honor.
All right.
Yeah, I would like to call Mr. Rigatoni, Tony Rigatoni, please.
All right, Mr. Rigatoni, you may approach and be sworn in.
I mean, what if somebody
Okay.
wants to get out of this
Hold on.
courtroom and we don't
All right.
notice?
Do you
They
swear
just
to tell the
start
truth, the whole
blasting?
truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir, I do.
I had to defend
All right, sworn in.
myself against
You may be
court.
seated, Mr. Rigatoni.
I can't breathe.
I'll stand too.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Rigatoni, I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna keep this short. Just I have you as a character witness.
Well, just like you was
see a
having a
couple
panic
questions
attack.
for you,
He's
and that's
clearly
it.
got a history of
Of
it. You
course,
should know how
of
to
course.
fucking deal with it.
Well, number one, I just want to, establish for
Every
ladies and
time he
gentlemen of
having
the
a
court
panic
here.
attack, he just gonna
Do
start
you find me
shooting.
to be a reckless man and dangerous
Sure,
man
that's
in
the
your
case,
dealings
you
with
know.
me day to
You
day?
can make the argument all you want. So it'll be a
Absolutely
nice
not.
padded room
Never
for
a day in my
padded
life.
persons.
Okay, I thank you for that. And on a scale of 1 to 10, of 1 being not very cool and 10 being probably the coolest guy, what score would you give me?
Probably an 11.
The
Okay,
fuck
thank you.
That
That's all I
is
have,
a
Your
line
Honor.
of questioning.
State, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, please.
Lovely. Your witness.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you, sir. Let's talk about recklessness. Would you say that firing your gun inside of a hospital, whether you could see people or not, is a reckless thing to do?
Normally, but given the circumstances, no.
Defending yourself against a fucking
Okay,
break
you say
room.
normally, but given the circumstances. Let's say you didn't know the circumstances. Let's just say
You
someone
know, just
said
when the walls
that
start closing
you
in,
shot
you
a
know.
firearm inside of a hospital room, unknowing whether there were people near or around the hospital. Would you consider that reckless?
Hey, I'm not a firearm expert, so I can't answer your question.
You don't need to be a firearm expert, sir. This is basic common sense, sir. Would you consider shooting your firearm in a hospital of reckless behavior?
Answer the question, Mr. Rigatoni. You don't need to be an expert.
I would say yes. It would be reckless.
Okay, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
That's all.
All right, Mr. Laser, would you like to redirect Mr. Rigatoni?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah.
I redirect his answer to no.
Oh, Mr. Rigatoni, yeah. She raised a good point. If you don't know the circumstances, firing a firearm, in a hospital
Objection,
don't
he's
seem like, a great
justified.
idea.
What the? Is there a question
But,
there?
as the law states, it's only reckless if, you're just doing it in a
This guy
kind of
asking
a
a
risky
question,
way.
or
But
is he
would you
testifying?
consider, if someone's fearing for their life, trying to defend themselves,
Celeste can do
would
whatever
that
she
be,
wants to do.
a time in which you think it'd be okay to fire a firearm in a hospital?
Yes, I do. Especially a wing where there were no people present.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's all I have, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Bishop, would you like to recross?
You know what? No, I'm good.
Of defending yourself.
Okay, Mr.
Against a
Rigatoni,
nice
you're
ass
still under
fucking
oath and under
break room.
subpoena. You may be seated.
Have you seen that picture of that break room? There's carpeting, refrigerator, vending machines, table, chairs. It's like a dressing room right next door, so you can
Mr. Laser, do
defend
you
yourself
have
against
another
it.
witness or piece of evidence to call?
I do have Mr. Buckley knocked, if you don't mind.
Mr. Laser, are you going to ask every single one of these character witnesses the same questions?
Well, that's right, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you have quite a few. Let's try to. I
Well, I
understand
just
that
have-
you. I understand you want to have your character witnesses speak, and I appreciate that, but the court is very busy, so let's try to keep it to one or two more, okay?
Okay, Your Honor. I just have 2 more, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep
Who'd
it
you like
brief.
to call?
Mr. Buckley knocked.
All right, Mr. Knox,
That's
please
me.
approach and be sworn in.
Bye. Yeah, why didn't they call an expert witness on doors?
All right, could you raise your left hand or
Which
left
one?
hand?
Doesn't work.
The-
This one's got shit
You
in it.
raise your
but
left
I
hand.
can't
I just did.
flip it.
All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right,
What,
swear in.
in front of Carpenter?
Mr. Knock, you may be seated. Or stand, either one. Your witness, Mr. Laser.
Well, how you doing, Mr. Buck? The best salesman and car upgrader in the world. I did just 2 quick questions for you, or I guess it was 3. How long have you known me, or let me rephrase it. In what capacity have you and I had interactions?
Well, I first met you at Mosley's, and then we've had contact since, kind of in a friend basis.
Well, sure, okay. And in those times, have you find me to be, a reckless man, a dangerous man?
No, far opposite. Very cautious, if I may say.
Okay. And lastly, on a scale of 1 to 10, of me being cool, or 10, or 1 not being cool, and 10 being the coolest, what would you rate me?
Your Honor, I have to object to some of these questions. I'm sorry. Number one,
Oh,
what's the
now she
relevance of this
objects to that
exactly?
one.
I'm establishing my character as a person on trial. That's all, ma'am.
Sustained. Whether you're a cool guy doesn't really apply to whether or not you broke the law, Mr. Laser. Move on with your question.
Well,
Your
okay.
question.
Well, then that's all I have.
Oh, okay. 8.5, bro. 8.5.
All right, thank you.
Miss Bishop, would you like to cross-examine Mr. Noct?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Noct, you're still under oath and under subpoena. You may be seated.
Okay.
Mr. Laser, do you have another witness or piece of evidence to present?
Yeah, I just have one last witness, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
May I call, the esteemed Ricky Wiggums, please?
Mr. Wiggums, please approach and be sworn in.
All right. Can you raise your left hand or right hand? All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
His hair had to be steamed to stay.
One moment, Bailiff. Mr. Wiggums, you're not wearing a shirt under your jacket.
Yeah, is that a problem, sir?
That is a problem. That attire is not appropriate for court. Officer, please escort him out.
All right. You heard the judge.
Damn.
All right, then.
Sorry, Ricky.
Mr.
Oh,
Laser,
really?
any other witnesses?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
think he said
In
out
that
of the
case,
court,
Just
Mr.
say out.
Wiggums.
Defense rests.
Come dress more appropriately the next time.
Sorry, sir.
You have my wrench.
Oh, you got his
All right, you
ring.
said you arrest Mr. Laser?
Oh, that's right, Your Honor. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, I did, make a little mistake. I did ask Miss Tiffany Lawson. Apologize about that. May I call her one last witness?
Why not? Miss Lawson.
Who cares? If he's cool. It doesn't mean you get to commit crimes and not be guilty of them because he's cool. Listen, I know I just murdered 3 people, but I'm fucking cool, so it's okay.
I do.
All right, she's been sworn in.
Miss Lawson, you may be seated.
Your Honor, may I ask a question, please?
Sure.
I have a letter that I wrote ahead of time because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. Is it okay if I read it on behalf of his character?
Well, that is up to Mr. Laser on whether or not he wants to ask you questions or let you read your letter.
I'll just keep it real brief, Ms. Lawson, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, my only question for you was, in the time that you know me, have you ever found me to be a dangerous and reckless man?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Well, it's all Your Honor.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I have no questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Lawson, you're under oath and under subpoena. Please
Oh
be
my
seated.
god. Yeah. I can't believe.
It's really awkward.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
I guess you should have read the letter.
Miss Bishop, did you have a closing statement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I'm just going to apologize in advance. It's not too long, but it's long enough. Okay, so I apologize.
That's
for
quite
that.
all right.
All right, I'm going to read it because it's going to be a little nicer. All right, Your Honor, I understand the defense's desire for leniency and nuance here, but we must address the facts. Mr. Laser entered a restricted hospital area armed and without cause. That was not an absent-minded mistake. He walked in, missing vending machines that were clearly within his view near the front doors, and he was led up to the staff room where he was trapped. Once inside, he opted to recklessly fire his weapon multiple times rather than speak peaceful alternatives. These choices indicate that he had a blatant disregard for public safety. He states that there were no people in this hospital, but he cannot be 100% sure that there were not people near the hospital or on the roof where he had no access to. He claims self-defense. So let's look at the word self-defense. What does that mean? It's the use of reasonable force to protect oneself or members of your family from bodily harm from the attack of an aggressor. If the defendant had reason to believe that he was in danger, but there were no aggressor there, just Mr. Laser inside a locked room. He talks about the hospital's negligence, but the hospital's not on trial here. Mr. Laser is. Evidence shows that it was mere minutes between the 911 call and when Mr. Laser shot his weapon. Mr. Laser argues that he did not see anyone, like I said, but he cannot be accurate on this one. He brings up these character witnesses to talk about his past, but his past has nothing to do with his actions at Pillbox that day. While he may now express regret, he cannot undo the panic and terror that he may have inflicted on someone. And there absolutely was someone in the hospital because there was a 911 call from Miss Zola Wolf. So he cannot claim that there was nobody there. Additionally, leniency would set a dangerous precedent, as I stated in my opening statement. What is to stop others from wandering into protected areas with firearms, shooting wildly, then pleading either confusion or there was no one around? We cannot allow this to become an escape hatch for negligent. We have to agree that justice is not black and white, but willful misuse of a deadly weapon crosses a bright line. To protect the public, we must apply the law consistently and send a message that such acts warrant swift punishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bishop. Mr. Laser, did you have an opening statement?
Or closing one.
Well, sure. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the court, the prosecutor here is doing her best, she's doing her job, and we all understand that. And like I said earlier, you're all, patriots, each and every one of you. But, the thing is, she's right. I didn't know who was in the hospital. I had to rely on, Mr. Bernasconi, who was, scouring the hospital looking for help. And, while it is true that, we can't establish a precedent of just firing off weapons and whatnot, but at the same time, it's a slippery slope when someone's life's in danger. Well, it's, quite appropriate that one sometimes feels the need to take appropriate actions. It only means they have available to them. And that's what I did that day. Yeah, I've had quite a history of anxiety and panic, and I have quite a problem with, tight spaces and whatnot. So, well, it wasn't my first option. I did pursue other avenues of freeing myself from that room.
More cramped.
I am guilty of letting my fear and panic, get the best of me.
Getting further and further away.
It is clear that I have not attempted to, be reckless and dangerous and all that. I am just a peaceful guy. Trying to stay out of trouble. And I appreciate everyone's time, and and like I said, I'm innocent, and thank you all for being here. Okay, all done now.
All right. I will return a few minutes after some deliberation.
Kelly? Yeah. What's up?
Did you hear that?
But I didn't mean to break the law. It wasn't my bad.
No.
Not guilty.
Him say, I'm guilty.
Oh, well.
He just said,
hey.
I'm guilty.
He said he is innocent.
He said he's guilty, and then later on he said he's innocent.
Oh.
He defended himself against a fucking nice-ass break room with a gun.
The fuck just happened?
Come over here. Get him far right.
What the fuck
He said he was guilty. Oh, it's an easy verdict. Hopefully it'll be a short recess. Listen, if he wins this case, I'm gonna fucking shoot my way out of this courtroom.
He's not winning.
If he wins this case, I'm hunting him a bunch.
Get in the bin. Yeah, literally.
Never at all. You are the utmost professional person.
God, that last
Sorry.
witness was amazing. Have you seen me be reckless or dangerous? Yes.
I was
Perfect.
just saying, Sorry, I'm trying to get through.
I don't know why we had character witnesses anyway. His character wasn't being called into
No,
question.
he wasn't. I don't know why they spent so long talking about that fucking room and why he was in there. He
Each
wasn't
time
being
a
charged with
character witness
trespassing.
would have came up, I would have been objection, relevancy. He's, you know,
Objection.
Who cares why he was
prior
in that
character is
room?
not being called into question here, Your
Doesn't
Honor.
matter why he was in that room. He was locked in a room. Who
And he
cares?
used a gun to try and get himself out in a reckless manner.
In self-defense.
Hey.
Self-defense.
Yeah. How can you
Proud of you,
self-defend
Celeste.
yourself against the room?
I have no idea. If you looked at a picture of that room, it's a nice ass fucking room. It's got carpet, it's got a table,
pretty sure it's got
there's
aircon,
6
too.
chairs, air conditioner, a fridge, a vending machine, a little mini fucking fridge,
What are
a
you gonna defend
microwave.
yourself again here, bud? Get in the bin.
Where is it? It's around here somewhere.
Yeah, maybe
Get
it
in
was
the
an
bin.
aggressive bin in there.
I
Get in the
didn't
bin.
try to swallow him whole.
He couldn't breathe. His face was pressed up against the fucking window. Get your face off the fucking window. I don't know what to tell you. And there's no way I could see the other vending machines. The big ass glass door was blocking my
It is
view.
a very nice room. He has got TV and everything in there.
Yeah, I'm self-defending against the nice ass break room. That's the nicest fucking break room I've ever seen. I need to defend myself against it.
I wish I had a break room like that.
All right, course.
All
back to
right.
session.
Oh damn, that was.
Except for you, stay seated.
Damn.
But I'm just making sure he's aware.
Oh. You can't stand. It's very ableist.
Let's see
All
if
right,
it's
maybe seated.
reckless endangerment to shoot your gun in a hospital.
No.
Yeah, I mean it was in self-defense.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Wrote that up real quick.
All right. After a brief deliberation, the court has come to a decision in the matter regarding 2023 Criminal Matter 266, State of San Andreas versus Doug Laser. Will the defendant please rise for the delivery of the verdict? All right. All right. This court finds the defendant, Doug Laser, guilty of 1 charge of unlawful discharge of a firearm, 1 charge of reckless endangerment, and 1 charge of possession of protected animal meats. While the court appreciates Mr. Laser's feeling that his life was endangered, it cannot excuse the absolute disregard for human life and the law that he displayed. His supposed claim was self-defense. However, self-defense requires a 3-part test. For justification for the use of self-defense, to be considered legal, it must meet 3 criteria. 1, an individual, the defender, must be subjected to an attack as defined under Section 4. The defender must not have directly provoked the aforementioned attack by engaging in an attack themselves. And a defender is
God, you
privileged to
provoked the
use
room.
such force as reasonably necessary to prevent imminent unlawful physical harm. Now, testimony today has shown that Mr. Laser's claim fails the first part of this test, as he was not subjected to an attack at the time that he discharged his firearm. To the matter of his charge of reckless endangerment, physical harm to a person is not the requirement under law for this charge to apply. The law specifically states a risk, and with how highly trafficked the hospital is, the risk was clearly there. Not to mention, one of Mr. Laser's own character witnesses testified to him being reckless right here in the courtroom. Mr. Laser's claim for evidence holds no merit in this case. The scales of justice cannot agree that someone's lapse in memory and forgetting to lock a staff break room is reason enough to excuse or find Mr. Laser not guilty of these charges. Lastly, the court appreciates Mr. Laser's desire to dispose of the meat that he found, but his testimony today confirms it is best to call the San Andreas Park Rangers or leave it to return to nature. That is their area of expertise after all. And lastly, in the defendant's own closing statement, he stated that he was guilty, and that must hold some weight. Now, with that in mind, does the state have any sentencing considerations they would like to submit at this time?
Wait, I
Ms.
missed
Bishop?
that part.
I must have missed that too.
No, he definitely did.
Honestly, I do not at this time.
All right, well, in that case, the defendant, Doug Laser, is hereby sentenced to 65 months in Bolingbrook State Penitentiary and a fine of $2,300. Court is now adjourned Bailiff, please take the defendant away.
Lock this man up. Lock him up. Lock him up.
Shut up, bozo.
Lock him up. Send him to jail. 65 months.
You shut your mouth.
Mr.
Alright, guys.
Shut your
Mr.
mouth.
Alright,
Laser,
guys,
please be
quiet
aware
down,
that you
please.
must request your bail returned to
Yeah,
you
alright.
as the fine will be
Thanks, son.
levied shortly.
Okay, yeah, I understand. That was my question.
I don't know. That was a
Apologize.
pretty dangerous looking bin to
You're
me.
fine.
We love you,
Na
Dad.
na 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 na
Yeah, I love you
na.
guys.
You're a hero,
You
dog.
gonna take
In the
care of that?
bin.
He's not a hero. He's a
Get in the
freak.
bin.
Anybody that says otherwise is a loser.
He's a freak. That's what you need to know.
Well, it's the
Fuck
guy
it.
who
Alright,
kidnapped
hey,
and
keep
shot
it
last night.
down. Keep it
Settle
down.
down,
Leave the
guys.
courtroom. Thank you.
Alright, let's get out of
Now.
The guy that kidnapped our best friend.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
the
I
kidnapper.
did?
This
Oh,
is.
I'm sure whoever did it. He
Hang on,
deserves
excuse
it.
me.
Oh, well done,
Oh, he
man.
just
Well
admitted
done.
to it.
Can't get through
Oh
here.
my
There you
god,
go.
you know
Too
how many
fat.
texts I was getting from people? Oh, you should
Excuse
object to
me.
this. I'm like,
Have a
All
good
right,
one.
so-
Enjoy
I
your
get
65
it,
months.
but I wasn't worried
What do
about
we
his
do
character
now?
witness. That wasn't the
Did you
point of
say
the
what
case
we
for
do?
me. So I was like, let them testify if they want, but
Bitch.
Are we good to leave?
You hear that? That fella just admitted it.
yeah,
Yeah, I need a
yeah.
helmet.
Great job, T. Woo!
Yeah, I know.
We locked him up.
Locked up, they won't let him out. They won't let him
Uh,
out.
Wait,
Go ahead.
Locked
Leave
up,
Zach, I believe in like full send it, buddy.
locked up, they won't let
I'm
him
just leaving. I'm just
Never heard of
leaving.
iron side of the law. Now you see it.
over here, over this way.
Go on, send it, buddy. You got it. You haven't got it. I
Maybe,
lied.
Let me
maybe,
help you.
maybe
Yeah,
reverse
see, that
it.
was- yeah, guilty.
Maybe
Go
we
in
should just
reverse.
Carry him. Should I piggyback him?
Yeah, well, I mean,
How you
don't
gonna get
shoot
the
a gun in
chair
the
up there?
hospital.
Here, I'll piggyback you. I got you, Zach.
It's common
a
sense.
door.
Who would shoot
There
a
we go.
gun in a hospital?
There you go. You wanna carry the chair?
That's
Here.
it.
Grab
Yeah,
the
the
chair.
chair's up here.
I
I got the
completely
chair for him up
understand.
Get
here.
the chair.
Fine.
All right, here you go. You ready? Oh, where'd you go?
Holy shit! This
Oh,
man
he's
is
not back.
stuck.
Okay.
I made
False
my great
imprisonment.
I got you, buddy.
I
Yeah,
made my
sure.
great escape. No,
Come
stop,
here,
stop,
pal.
stop, stop.
Stop.
There you go, buddy.
Oh my god! Stop making him go down the stairs.
I like watching him in
Thanks,
pain.
Ethan. Thanks, Ethan.
No problem.
Alright. Kick you in the
I believe in you. I believe in
groin.
you.
Whoa, that sounded like a criminal threat.
Oh, where'd he
Nice.
go?
Huh?
Where did he go?
Oh shit.
That's one way to get home.
Wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Well.
Oh fuck, we're locked in.
Oh shit. Oh, well now.
Oh no, we're not.
You're trying to fuck with us.
Did we ever struggle with the stairs? What happened?
Zach is.
He's stuck.
He's
He
gone.
lives
Yeah.
there now.
He lives in courtroom 1.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Give
okay.
me 1 second. I'll be right
He'll
back.
be the
Oh my
ghost
God.
of courtroom.
He's got
Right?
squad
He's
rights.
probably gonna shoot his way out. To be honest.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
Probably gonna pull out a
There's
gun.
another
Too soon, Kelly. Too soon.
Okay,
Too
I
soon.
can't pull my chair out of the
They're
courtroom.
over
That's
there making
amazing.
fun of our
There's
friend.
not one in there.
After he already got sentenced to prison.
No, like I can't
professional.
build my chair.
Oh,
Well,
You want me to carry you out?
yeah, please. Anyways, as I was saying, incorrect.
I got you, buddy.
Above average senior officer Kelly Price. It was a promise, not a threat.
Oh damn.
Do I want to know what you're promising and not threatening?
He's gonna kick you in the
Carry it.
groin.
Kick me in the groin? Only if you kiss me on the lips afterwards.
Okay.
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
Well, there you go.
see now you know how we roll here at the DOJ.
That's my retirement plan. I'm
That
going
would
to
be
the
polyamory.
DOJ.
Oh yeah?
Oh, that'd be nice.
It's not very retiring.
No, well.
Well, actually, for me and Zach it is, because every case we pick up doesn't go to fucking court because no one wants to go against us. I don't know what it is.
Basically.
Everyone just
I
flops.
wonder what they'll be like.
See,
Criminal Iris wants to go to court.
See,
Yeah.
this was crazy because I went from being third to like first in a matter of like maybe hours. So I was planning for it, and I was like, "Look, I'm not gonna be nervous. I planned what I could. I kind of had an idea of what he was gonna go for. It's why I really didn't object to a lot of the stuff he was doing with his character witnesses.
Can you stop rubbing your nose against my chin?
How
Thank
do you
you.
defend yourself against a nice break room like that? That's probably the nicest room in the fucking state.
I know, and it's not even that small. That's the thing. It's not like it was an elevator. I might slightly understand it a little more. It was a nice, pretty medium-sized room with chairs and a fridge.
There was another
So-
door in there. I
Right.
went through that door too.
Right, exactly. And then, I don't know. It was, although I do like that Tiffany lady. That was kind of
Oh
funny.
god,
she
that was
answered.
hilarious.
Am I reckless? Yes.
Yes, you are.
No further questions.
I don't know why we
Object,
gave
object,
him those
objected.
witnesses.
Never
His
mind, don't
prior,
object.
his prior character wasn't in question. It was whether
Well,
his
and
actions
that
were
was
lawful.
it. And I'm like, I let the first few go through, but after that last one, it's asking some, rate me 1 through 10.
Am
I
I
was like, really?
cool? How cool am I?
Right?
Well,
Like, who gives a shit?
Your,
Like,
Your
who's
Honor,
14.
the state concedes not
Actually-
guilty. This man is so fucking cool, he can do what he wants.
Right, there you go.
Trial
Well,
for
that's the
murder, not guilty.
criteria.
He's too cool to go to prison.
Too cool for school.
Shoot,
Right.
I didn't know that was a criteria. for getting
The one thing that I wondered is why did everybody spend so much time arguing about that fucking room, whether or not it was labeled, whether or not he should have been in there? Like, who cares?
Your
He
Honor.
wasn't charged with trespassing. Who cares if he
Right.
was in that room? Back to the
Right.
matter is,
What, was it
They just-
airtight? Like, why
No.
couldn't he breathe? Because his
That's
face
the
was up
thing.
against the fucking door. That's why he
that's
couldn't
what I
breathe.
said. Get your face off the fucking window. You can breathe better.
Right.
Dumbass. Sit
Why-
down, watch some TV.
He had a
okay?
phone. Why
Chill
didn't
out.
he dial 911?
Well,
Hell,
and his
he
friend
was
said
in
he
there with all the
did,
fucking
but
hospital
He did, and
snacks.
then
I
a
would've
minute
pulled
later, the dude was
chair,
shooting.
Turned on the TV,
Right, and
made
his
myself a
fr-
coffee.
And then his friend's like,
Oh,
yeah, it
chill
was like
out
a
for a
few
bit.
minutes before the cops came. I said, yeah, but he'd already shot twice. How the hell did he get out of there anyway?
Cops
Dr.
the
Paxton.
doctor let him out because the cops were there.
Oh, okay.
He was
so there
actually outside of the hospital before we got there. This is what he said. Here, I came from downstairs. I was looking to clear the downstairs and went upstairs. That's where he found him outside. Like he said, in his car, probably. I mean, I wasn't there, but when
So
I
he
got in
shot and
there,
then
they
tried
were
to leave the
inside. They
scene?
were super cooperative.
And of course, I'm already nervous. And then my first witness isn't there, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm like, "Well, I'll show the evidence because I knew you weren't there at the beginning. You didn't get there till a little after." So I was like, "Okay, let me, state that evidence and then go from there." I mean, other than basically confirming what I already knew. And by the way, I loved you up on the stand. Like, you basically answered his questions the way I would have hoped for. So I appreciate that. But it was just like,
I mean, I don't know how else I'm supposed to answer it. Is it reckless? Yes. Yes, it's a fucking door. You could shoot bullets through a door.
Right. It's not like it was. He's
Especially
like,
a fucking revolver.
Right. And he's like, "Oh, well, it seemed like it was bulletproof because I couldn't hear anything." I said, "But did you know it was bulletproof?" No, you didn't. And it obviously wasn't.
Did you know
So,
that the hospital was completely devoid of anybody?
You
Or
think
there
the
were no
hospital's gonna
oxygen
put
lines
bulletproof
anywhere.
Fucking glass on the staff room doors.
Well, and it was
Hello?
funny. It wasn't until
I don't even
after
think
the
the
fact.
fucking main doors are bulletproof.
Probably
The
not.
main doors are. They're ballistic.
It wasn't until after the fact that I remembered that there was a call from the patient from Zola, and I was like, "Oh, I should, then
Oh,
I
that was a
ended up
good
mentioning
call.
it." But yeah, I forgot about
Oh,
that. And I
the
was like, "Wait a
hospital was not empty.
Right,
There's
there was
somebody
literally a
dialing
person in there.
911.
minute." Yeah. Oh my God. Whew. But I mean, I think the main reason I wasn't 100% concerned is because I did the deposition with him yesterday. And if that showed me anything, I knew I didn't have too much to worry about. But also because I went off the facts. I had enough photo evidence, which I appreciated. I had my definitions, and that's why I asked you the definitions, because I thought, coming from an officer, it holds a little more weight, I think, because, you enforce the law, so that's why I asked that. So I'm really glad you showed up. Cause...
Self-defend against a fucking nice-ass room.
Right, and
Against
that's
an
why
aggressive bin.
Right, and that's why I had to look up the definition of self-defense. I said, okay, well, let's see what is self-defense, and then that's why I put that in my closing argument. But oh my God, well, I'm just glad it's
It
over.
was a good word. It was a good word.
I appreciate you.
Oh,
Dude.
That closing was like, damn. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
damn.
Yeah, I have a friend.
He
who
literally
proofreads
said he
it
was
for me.
guilty in his closing. He said he was guilty. He admitted to everything in his opening statement, too. He was like, yeah, I was in there. I shot. I felt my life was in danger. So I shot because I was having a panic attack. I couldn't breathe. I had to shoot my way out of this room in the hospital. What?
How did he get in there in the first place?
I have no
He
idea.
said it was unlocked.
He said the door was standing
So
wide
how could he
open.
knock it out?
So I
Yeah,
asked him.
It was unlocked and then locked itself.
Yeah,
They
I
have a
guess.
timer on the doors.
Oh, no, he said the door was standing wide open.
Oh,
and
okay,
I
that's
asked
right.
him, at the hospital, I said, sir, why didn't you go to the other vending machines? Well, I couldn't see them. The door blocked my view. The big ass fucking glass window blocked my
Right.
view.
Plus
I
his
couldn't
friend-
see.
His friend was with him. He said that he was against the wall, but his friend never said he was, so he should have seen the vending machines.
I mean, it
So-
doesn't matter. Either
Right.
way, who cares if he was in the room or not? You see, he wasn't charged with trespassing.
I know. I was just trying to like. That's why, like I said, I wasn't too concerned about it. But I just kind of wanted to see if I could kind of discount his reasons or his excuses for being there. But no, you're right. It doesn't matter. And that's why I wasn't worried, because the facts were he shot in a hospital recklessly. He discharged his firearm with no regards to whether someone was actually at the hospital, which there was someone there. And I had enough evidence to prove that. And that is my job.
And he had cougar meat on him. Picks up fucking rotten meat and puts it in their pocket. What the
Him,
hell?
Evan.
Doug Laser. Oh, what the?
Well, and it's funny
Alright,
because
you've already got me hit by a car today. Can you not keep me down?
I didn't get you hit by a car. You got
You
yourself
definitely
hit by a
did.
car.
I was trying to open the door for
Well,
you.
I'm
you
going to
wheelchair
sleep.
looking ass.
Okay, well, I appreciate you showing up. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I've been looking for. I love court. Court is like my favorite.
Yeah, I would love it
I
too
go
if
to
I was able
court. I go to court way more than y'all. I feel like.
You don't think I have anything to worry about, do you? I saw what happened to you last time when I attended a case that you testified on. I'm not sure I
I'm
wanted
just
to go
gonna
outside.
go on with a gun in my hand. I think.
I don't have mine on me.
Oh shit. Well, sucks to be you.
Oh, my chair.
Oh,
I should've
nice.
worn a bulletproof vest just to be on
Chair
the safe
4's
side.
out.
Ironside, calm down.
All right, CR5 jumping off court. I appreciate these.
I was trapped in there momentarily. I thought I was gonna have to shoot my way out.
Oh my
Well,
god.
couldn't
we
breathe.
suffocate in that room?
I couldn't breathe. I face planted on the floor. My face was pressed against the floor. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, those doors, they can be hermetically sealed.
Yeah,
You suffocate in that room, who knows how long help will be.
Would you look at that break room though? That is the nicest ass fucking break room. Hell yeah, let me get locked in there.
Where
I
was
would
he
be
locked
so
in,
excited.
by the way? I don't know which break
In
room he
the
was
in the
locked
staff break room on the second floor.
Yeah, I don't know
that's
why
the
he was
break room?
complaining.
It's the
He
only
was
one
including
that's
water.
I
there.
thought they were usually locked, so I'm not sure how it was unlocked.
Well, I think it was the situation, you know, where you lock it, but it
But it was
stays
open?
pushed open. He couldn't see the other vending machines through the big ass glass window. He only went straight to that one and somehow got locked in there.
He locked in on that specific
Like a
vending
mouse
machine.
in a trap.
Oh
I mean,
shit.
I don't know why pack. There's a bathroom in there. There's like a break room. There's a fridge.
Yeah, he had
microwave, I mean-
food, he had water,
I know.
he had
Yeah.
drinks.
Sign me up.
I know. I'd love to be locked in that room. Let me go look.
Yeah, that's probably the
Get
best
locked
room
in.
to be locked in.
True.
Just throw a party in there, shit.
Yeah, I don't know why he was complaining. I don't know why he wanted out either.
Self-defense against a goddamn nice ass break
Probably a
room.
TV in there too.
No, there's no TV. But
There's no-
didn't they park upstairs?
How do they not have a TV in the break room? What kind of
Because they don't want them just staying in there. They want them to take a quick break and get the hell back to work, probably.
Exactly.
What break room doesn't? Okay, listen. I've worked at some real shitholes in my life, and they've always had a TV in the break room.
Do we have a TV in our break room?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I put it up there myself.
Oh, did
Oh,
you?
did you?
Yeah,
Maybe, like, is
hang it up
is it like a 75-inch screen?
It's like 50.
Oh, wow, you cheap ass.
Listen, I left out the recklessly part. Extreme. I don't know what part of that definition. I left it out for his sake.
I mean,
Should've hit him
no,
with terrorism.
His last
Yeah,
witness said,
terrorism.
literally, I literally just I had her stumble when she said yes. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
That was
that caught
great.
me off guard. I guess I was speaking to some friends of hers, and they said that if she had been allowed to read her little statement, she would have basically threw him under the bus.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He was thrown under the bus.
Oh, damn.
He threw
I
himself.
kind of wish I would have heard it now.
I know, me too. You know, and the funny thing is, like, I don't know him as a person. I can't gauge the type of person he is. I have no ill will towards
Me
him.
neither.
But that's, you know, and I don't know. I just.
I've never
I
met
kind
the
of
guy.
I just take a pretty strong stance against stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
care who
was
you
this your
are.
first case, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, you did well though.
I was so nervous. And then I kept getting
could
texts
tell,
from
yeah.
people, oh, you should object because this is testified and this is leading. I said, I understand that, but I don't care about this because it has nothing to do with the facts. It's not part of what I'm trying to argue. So I didn't care. I said, let him do what he needs to. I mean,
That is fair. That is.
And plus, he's not a lawyer either, so you have to kind of throw some leeway.
yeah, I think that's too. And honestly, I'm sure I probably led a couple times, and I'm an idiot, by the way, total idiot. So when I called the doctor, he wasn't my witness; he was his, and I wrote it in my thing, and I looked at it wrong. And then after I called him, I was like, oh shit. So I thought for sure the judge would be like, well, actually, you can't call him; he's not your witness. I was like, oh shit, but he didn't. So
I don't think the judge knows. He just knows like who's subpoenaed as it. Like call your witness.
Well,
And
I
that's
don't think it mattered. I don't think the doctor really had much to contribute.
no, he didn't. I just thought that, I've never done that before, so I was like, oh, I wonder what happens if they, if you do that.
I did when his friend Mr. Bernasconi was like, "Oh yeah, you were so anxious, you were having trouble breathing, you felt this." I was like, "How the hell do you know how he feels?"
Right. Well, see, that's why I needed a second.
When I spoke
because-
with Mr. What's his face, he didn't seem nervous or anxious or nothing. He wasn't sweating. He was cool as a cucumber.
You should have had Kelly your second chair.
Oh, if she wasn't a witness, I probably would have asked her to, but yeah, sure,
Kelly, you
that's
birth
something against
certified
that.
or no? I'm not sure if you are. You are.
Excuse me.
Oh my god. Okay. Like, this is a simple yes or no would have sufficed.
That's bar certified above average officer Kelly Price you're speaking to.
Oh my god, that
Dang.
card. Who made that card for you?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you got a
Above
card?
I have to
average
see it,
senior officer
actually.
Kelly Price of the Los Angeles bar certified, aka
That's it?
special sauce, aka slim thick,
Yeah, I want to see.
aka pickle price.
Can I see it?
Christ.
Yeah,
Pickle
please.
price?
Yeah.
What? What is
Pickle.
that?
Because I love pickles.
Oh
who,
my
who made your
goodness.
card? Who made your card, by the way?
Oh, I love it.
McKinsey Enterprises.
Oh, okay. There's one backside.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my god, this is fantastic.
Okay.
Got the baton
baton
of
of-
justice on there. Hell yeah.
baton
I'm trying to
of
get a
justice.
stat
Baton
check
of
one from the department, but
I like it.
I don't think they're going for it.
Approachable price, I love it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna
Working
get
on the
business
last
cards
part.
at some point.
Trying to work on that part. Be more approachable. Apparently I'm not approachable. Apparently
What?
I'm an asshole.
Above average approachable
says that?
Kelly Price.
I don't understand. How
Well, I'm
you
on a
not
lot
be
of lists of people who want to murder me, so probably those people.
Huh.
Sounds about right.
And then I pulled somebody over today, and they were like upset with me. Well, I just stopped them initially, and I pulled up next to them. I said, "Slow down. There's no reason to drive 113 miles in the city." And they got all mouthy. I said, "You know what? Pull it over then."
I mean, there was
And-
that guy that was trying to pick up that woman that we were chasing, and I think as you were tasing him, he yelled on the radio, "I'm being Kelly priced."
Oh, what the fuck was I supposed to do? Sir, what do you mean? You're literally trying to obstruct justice. You're picking up this bitch who just sat in the car until you showed up. She ran straight to the car. So what am I supposed to do?
basically.
Sir, please
Honestly-
leave the
Kelly
area.
Price.
You were told to leave multiple times and did not. Yes, I'm gonna taser the shit out of you. And then I ran out of tasers and just had to watch them get in the car and drive away.
Honestly, Kelly, I think what it is because you're very no nonsense. I mean, I haven't known you very long, but from what I've seen, you don't take shit from people. You're very no nonsense. You're very like matter of fact. And a lot of people they get irked by that. They don't like that kind of personality. They want someone to basically rub their back, and coddle them. So because I don't
Well,
think you do that.
that's what I've started doing though. I'm tired of people trying to murder me. So I go to a robbery. I say, "Sir," or "Ma'am," or whoever the fuck is it. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for the inconvenience of my ass showing up here today. All right. I wish I didn't have to be here. I wish you weren't
Did
here.
you actually say that?
Yes, I apologize. Okay,
I don't know
I
if
am
that
so
was sincere
fucking
enough.
sorry that
don't
I
think
had
that
to
sounds
show
sincere,
up
yes.
here.
You should get a
No
bouquet of
hints of
flowers.
sarcasm
You should get a bouquet
whatsoever?
of flowers sometime.
But I mean, I would offer them money or favors of
think we
adult
do that.
nature if it would make them happy. They'd still be unhappy. I'm like, "Sir, listen, I'll give you $20,000 for the inconvenience of this. Just come on out. Stop what you're doing." They'd be fucking pissed off and still hate me. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know if the
Unfortunately, you can't
20,000 would be
please
enough. Especially since I see like $500,000 or what $140,000 sports cars at store robberies.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
what the hell are you
yeah,
robbing
okay.
this shit if you got that nice ass fucking car for you parked it out of a fucking 24/7 in a fucking nice ass sports car robbing a 24? What the hell?
I've
How the hell did that make
you know,
sense?
I've heard people say.
Well, I
I've
gotta
heard
make
someone
my
say-
car payment.
when I was transporting someone to prison. I said like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" He's like, "The thrill of the chase." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I hate people like that. I pull them over, and they say, I ask them why they were driving so fast. I just like to drive fast. Mr. fucking Bruce Bear, case in point, all he does is fucking drift around the fucking Legion Square just because of the fun of it. And he loved to drift that fucking car. I hate that man.
I
hate
arrested
that
a
man.
former PD admin assistant today, and because they were robbing an ATM, when I asked them why, they said because they were bored.
Wait, who was it?
Well,
Amber Kemp.
What the fuck? I'm bored.
Amber. Wait, Amber.
I don't think I've ever been so bored that I was like,
you arrested Amber?
just gonna,
Amber Kemp, yeah.
just gonna rob an ATM.
Oh my fucking god, that's like the 5th medical personnel that goes to prison. Holy fucking
I will
hell.
say though that there's not a lot of recreational things in this city. You know, there's no golf, no bowling. I feel like the government should, like look into building that because maybe then people could be less bored and stop doing crimes.
I do love bowling. No, they wouldn't
bowling's fun.
stop doing crimes.
Yeah, they definitely would not stop doing crime.
I told someone
The
why doing it, he's like, he needs
difference
money.
is all of the police officers would be off bowling while they're committing crimes.
That's true. I mean, then y'all could start a bowling league. That'd be
Oh,
kind of
I definitely
interesting.
would start a bowling. I'm so
Definitely,
fucking
yeah,
good at
100%
bowling.
get a PD bowling league going.
Hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
you'd want
I
Kelly
feel like
Price on
that's
your
a
team.
dangerous slope. Because
Shoot,
then
I
we'd
was-
all just retire, become bowling people,
I was
experts and
telling
pros.
a lot of my colleagues we should do like a DOJ WWE type thing at like one of the rings.
I wanna do an open mic night. I wrote my song. Did you guys hear my song?
Oh.
No.
yeah.
Oh,
no.
you want to hear my song?
Yeah, let's hear it.
No.
Absolutely.
Hold
I'm
on, should I
working
get
on
the- should I-
another one.
Should I get the Rangers here to listen?
Maybe.
Let me go ask him real quick.
I'm gonna write another one called "Fuck You, Kelly."
Oh, all right.
It's a work in progress.
All right.
Feels like a
This is
punk
a-
grunge song, you know what I mean?
Well, it's usually what I hear at traffic stops or anytime I encounter somebody.
Rangers said no.
Fuck you, Kelly. They don't want to hear my fuck you.
No, they said
What
no.
the hell?
I'm gonna sing it loud.
That's fucked up.
I'm
Can't
gonna
believe
sing.
the Rangers
I'm gonna
just-
force you to hear it. Oh my God, they're running away.
Oh.
All right.
one way to
This
clear
one
room.
is called Gateway Crimes. Pretty good.
You said gateway crimes. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Gateway Crimes. Gateway crimes, start out small, turn to big fines. Like a spark that starts a fire, snowballs into something dire. Jaywalking, shoplifting, ATMs that you are hitting. Minor acts of misbehavior lead to greater danger. Gateway drugs, a puff, a sip, leads to some addiction script. Petty thefts of swipe, steal mail. Grow to scams, you'll land in jail. So beware these small beginnings, minor misdeeds, major sinnings. Twinkle, twinkle, wise up now, don't go down that road somehow.
That was great.
Wow.
But also, it
that.
made,
I'm
me, it made me
impressed.
think of Christmas.
What do you mean? It's fucking Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
I don't know. It made me think of Christmas. I don't know why.
How did it make you think of Christmas?
I think the snowballs itself.
Snowball. You don't know the verb snowballs.
No. Like actual snowballs.
Our house is on fire.
And call me. Tell
Also,
tell
sorry, that
Finn,
might be
MTG, thank you for the raid. My heart is happy. I do have to go to sleep because I didn't get up at the ass fucking crack of dawn. I need to go. I'm going to sleep. I can't do
Same.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that was a pretty good
Yeah.
song.
Thank
That
you.
was a pretty
Thank
good
you.
song.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
it
I
was
will
good.
say though,
That was really
I'm
good.
so glad that I'm on a regimented bathroom schedule because if not, I would have shit myself twice in there. Oh my God, I was so fucking nervous. Whew,
Good
I'm
lord.
glad it's over. I'm glad it's over.
Well, now you got
Yeah.
it out the way. Now you got the confidence.
That's
Got
right.
this.
I don't know
Next
about
time
that,
you'll be on
but,
top of it.
Maybe.
Next time you're
I don't
gonna
know
go
about
up against Mr. O'Hagan.
that. No, I've seen them work. No, thank you. I'm good. I'll hold that till I've done this like a year. Then maybe.
Don't be
Yeah,
scared of
Hagen's-
nobody.
Hagen's
Don't be,
good.
no, you have no reason to be scared of anybody. You stick to the fucking facts.
Right, I know. It's not so much that it's because every case is handled by different people. You just never know how good the evidence is going to be or how much of it you're going to have. So it would just really depend.
Well, I can guarantee you if it's a Kelly fucking Price case, I'm gonna have nearly every fucking frame of that crime.
All right, well, perfect.
And if I
Then
don't
I'll make
have
it
every
go.
frame of that crime, I'm gonna be filling in the blanks with my statement.
I thought you
Perfect.
were going a different direction with that.
So was I? So did
what,
I?
What direction did you think I was gonna go?
Don't worry about it.
You thought I was gonna make it up. You thought I was gonna.
Nope.
Listen, every fucking traffic stop, I'm like, "What's your name? Take off your mask."
that guy
People get so mad too. I'll be outside of a store, Robert. They're like, "Put the camera away." No.
What do
You best believe I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get a picture of fucking Rabbit.
Send it.
Yes, you're invading my privacy with you in fucking public. I don't know what to tell you.
How do I want him? Preferably in handcuffs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what happened to Laser? Is he already
From
transported?
where? He's at RPD?
Who's what, where?
76. I got a criminal I gotta pick up.
Oh, enjoy.
What happened to
Well,
Laser, by
alright.
the way?
I'm leaving too.
Yep. Have an above average night.
Oh, well.
You too. You too.
I had to turn off my radio in the middle
God
of that
bless.
shit. Oh, I need to get these knuckle dusters out of here. Found an unsupervised firearm. What? I just love the sound of this car. I gotta go to sleep.
299, showing 1023, Rockford PD, going to be 10-7, approximately 10 Mike.
226 and 71042, have an above average night.
Have a great night. Thank you for your service.
I called that ED. Oh my god. You're welcome. You are welcome. Let's see if we can find somebody to
Got him.
raid. We'll pay it forward. Hopefully, I don't know. Who's this other person that somebody said to raid? From earlier. Let's see. Ragnar the Birdless. Let's try that one. See if that guy's still around. If not, we're gonna raid the same person we raided before. I missed the thing so I can raid people. Well, we're going to raid these peoples. Raiding! Alright, I gotta go to sleep because I gotta get up at the ass crack of dawn and do some work shit tomorrow. I'll be here getting home late. I want to talk about it. Anyway, thanks for coming to court. Thanks for the subsidies and the followers and the raids and making my heart happy. Have an above average night. Have a sunny day. Fuck off.